Hear now these words from the Gospel according to John. After these things, Joseph of Arimathea, who was a disciple of Jesus, though a secret one because of fear of the Jews, asked Pilate to let him take away the body of Jesus. Pilate gave him permission, so he came and removed his body. Nicodemus, who had at first come to Jesus by night, also came, bringing a mixture of myrrh and aloes weighing about 100 pounds. They took the body of Jesus and wrapped it with the spices and linen cloths, according to the burial custom of the Jews. Now there was a garden in the place where he was crucified, and in the garden there was a new tomb in which no one had ever been laid. And so, because it was the Jewish day of preparation, and the tomb was nearby, they laid Jesus there. On Friday, they crucified Jesus, nailing him to a cross, using a method of execution that was reserved by Rome for the worst of the worst. And then after his death, his friends buried him, and I suppose everyone went home to weep, to mourn, went home to grieve the loss of their friend, to grieve the injustice and the cruelty of it all. I imagine that the next day, Saturday, was quiet, deathly quiet. It was over. Over was the life of their friend. Over was the hope of what he might do. Once again, evil had triumphed. Once again, the empire had won. Jesus was crucified, dead, and now buried. By Saturday, I suppose you could really not escape the reality that it really wasn't hate that killed Jesus, but love. Jesus loved all the wrong kinds of people. Jesus welcomed those his world and his society and his church pushed out. Out of love, Jesus dared to critique the powerful. Out of love, Jesus shared a vision for a world in which the poor were fed, the sick were healed, and even enemies were loved. It was his love the world couldn't stand. And because he loved, he was crucified, dead, and now buried. Roddy Hamilton has written, "And so it is done. Love is crushed, and the world got away with it. The light seems paler, the air thinner, the birds quieter, the shadows longer, the wine more bitter, the bread dry, and the path doesn't seem to go anywhere now." It was Saturday. For those who loved Jesus and had pinned their hopes on him, I think Saturday was quiet, deathly quiet. But as for everyone else, it was just a normal day, life as usual.